Rated A for awesome!
It's time to add some new content to this channel, so why don't you come along for the ride and join me on my first tutorial. Let's do this.
4, 3, 2, 1, let's go!
What's going on, everyone? Welcome to another awesome video from yours truly, BraveStar. Today I'm bringing you my first tutorial video. In this tutorial I wanted to show you how to use a beta feature that comes in nVidia's GeForce Experience app called Freestyle. An app that you can use to replace the ReShade program that a lot of players like to use when playing PUBg. Why replace it? I'll explain. According to a post on a website by a PUBg developer, they're going to be testing a new anti-cheat solution. Basically, this is gonna ban several apps from functioning, third-party apps. One of those apps is gonna be ReShade. It's not so much that they're gonna ban people, from my understanding, at least not at the moment. They're gonna be blocking the program so you won't be able to use it anymore. In part, probably because some people have said that a mod of some sort that was added to the program allows for zooming. So while maybe ReShade itself is not at fault, the fact that these mods can be added to the program and thus adding a cheat into the game without altering the files is a problem. For security reasons and for fairness to everybody, this anti-cheat program is going to block a lot of those third-party apps. But I have a solution. That program that I mentioned earlier, Freestyles from nVidia, which can give you a decent replacement for your program. Let me show you how it works. I do have to apologize though, because as far as my understanding goes, this solution is only for people who have NVIDIA cards, or at least NVIDIA's GeForce Experience installed. I don't know if you can have that with AMD video cards, but the only way this will work is if you have the GeForce Experience program installed. So this is the program right here that you're going to use, GeForce Experience, for those who have NVIDIA cards. I don't know if this will work for anyone who has AMD video cards. I do apologize. At the moment, I don't have a solution to AMD users, but this is for those who have GeForce Experience. Basically, you go to the settings section, and right here, you're going to see a section that says Enable Experimental Features. A GeForce Experience update may be required. So once you select that, you'll be able to open the app that I'm going to show you. Okay, so once you have the beta features activated, you'll be able to access them once you open the main menu of the program. In order to get to the Freestyle, you have two ways of getting to that. You can either go through the main menu, which is clicking Alt and Z at the same time, and it brings up this menu. You have the instant replay, which is a part of what records the Shadowplay of PUBg. Record, for you to actually record the game itself. You can start and stop it whenever you want. Stream is a feature that allows you to have multiple people streaming at the same time under one stream. I'm not really sure about that. I've never tried it. And then there's the broadcast that allow you to broadcast to websites like Twitch and YouTube Gaming. To the right of that, you have the on and off for the microphone, for the camera, the gallery for all your videos and photos, and the gear button for the settings. What you want to look at is the left side where it says game filters. You can click here and it'll bring up the menu, or you can hit Alt F3, and it'll bring up the menu. Now, the game filters will give you 3 empty slots for you to select. You'll be able to set up multiple different settings depending on how you want your game to look to get the same effects as ReShade, or maybe even some that you didn't get before that you may like even more. I currently have already a setup where I added these 4 different adjustments. Once I added them, I messed around with the bars to get the settings that I wanted, the way that the game wanted to look. This is my preferred way of making the game look. It makes it more comfortable for me to see the game, and much easier, much clearer for me. In order to do this, in order to add these, you basically select an empty slot. You go to adjustments and you select the one that you want. Let's say you want to do some black and white video. So you select this, hit the plus button, and there it is. Video turns black and white. Now you want to adjust this a little bit because you don't want it entirely black and white. Maybe you want a little bit of color bleeding through. You know, change the bar a little bit. See, it changes a little bit of color, makes it just slightly gray, you know, different shades of gray. All right, and if you don't want this, then you can just simply highlight the one that you don't want, hit the trash can, and it's gone. You can combine many of them. You know, you have many options: color, colorblind, contrast, detail, depth of field, exposure. I really wish I could explain exactly what each one of these mean. I really don't know. All I do is basically just select the one that seems to make kind of sense to me, add it on, and then I just mess around with it to see what it looks like. You see, this one creates kind of a, like if you're looking through somebody's eyes and you're getting a shadow for the retro look. You can adjust it however you want. If you want something else, you can click on details, add details, and then you can sharpen it. You see how it gives a little bit of sharpness, clarity. Basically, you can just do the same thing with each one of those options, and then it'll save it to that. Bear in mind, every time you start your game, this is always going to be in the off position. So whenever you start your game, you got to remember to come in to the settings, Alt F3, and select the style that you want, and it'll activate it, and then you hit the bottom, done, and you're good to go. This is how I got the game to have the same effects that I had from ReShade, and I actually like it better because you can actually adjust the settings to your liking. So on a side note, another thing that's going to change in the game besides the new anti-cheat removing the ability to use ReShade is they're also going to eliminate the family sharing part of the game on Steam. They're claiming that apparently there's an abuse in the game because of vulnerabilities that are being exploited due to the family sharing, so that means that you won't be able to play the game under different Steam accounts, even though it's the same account on PUBg. I am probably gonna suffer a little bit from this because I'm used to using PUBg on my original account, even though I bought the game on a separate account because I wanted to separate my personal games from my children's game. So now I'm going to be forced to use the second account in order to be able to play PUBg, but that's alright because I also discovered that there was an issue using the family share of the game on my original account. For some strange reason, my friends on my friends list on my original account could not see me on the friends list in PUBg when I was in the original account, which is not the account where I bought the game. And I didn't know why that was happening. And then it suddenly hit me when they mentioned this, and I happened to sign up on the account where the game was bought. My friend was able to see me once I added him to my Steam list on my other account. And it's because for some strange reason the game doesn't let other players see you on the friends list if you're using a family shared account to play the game, even though you can see them on your game. So there's that. And that'll do it for this tutorial video. I hope the tutorial helps you out a little bit to understand how to use this program, and I hope it becomes a decent replacement for your ReShade. The good thing is that because it's nVidia, it's not a program that's going to be banned by the new anti-cheat. So you should be fine, and you can turn it on and off at will a lot easier than having to mess around with that other UI that ReShade gave you that I personally found a little bit complicated, but that's just me, you know. Now that we reached the end, if you liked the video, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and turn on the little bell at the top there so you can get more notifications when I upload videos. And please give this video a big thumbs up. It's greatly appreciated. Peace. Well, what do you know? You can actually subscribe to my channel by clicking on my logo. And look at that. You can actually watch one of my previous videos from here too. How cool.